All right, I am so excited to be here live on for people with aphasia, survivors of stroke, brain injury, and people with Parkinson's. I'm very excited to be here with you. This is a speech practice, like you might do speech therapy exercises at home to get your speech going better, to get your words flowing out. I'm here live to do that with you, and I am very excited about that. Duke, woohoo! I see Duke there, who is new to our membership. That is awesome. We have a membership, everybody. Now, I'll appreciate your patience so much as I try to see how best to connect with you here. So I'm going to put something in the chat about that. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you. There is a holiday at the end of this week. You know what it is? If you know what it is, hi, Doris. Welcome. Did a very nice job earlier, Doris. I thought very nice, what I got to hear anyway. There's a holiday at the end of this week, and we're going to say and do some things in this practice. Doris has it, dropped it in the chat. Halloween. Halloween. Oh, I love those little hearts. Welcome, you guys. If you want to drop a comment and say hello, I'll be grateful for that. That helps YouTube know that we're doing something here that might be helpful. So I hope you will drop a comment and say hello. Also, I'd love to know who's here. Duke, welcome. I'm very excited to have you. I have a couple of links I need to drop here so that you know. If you are a member, maybe we'll go, I don't know how to go members only. If you're a member of this channel, I want to be sure I'm in touch with you so I can send you reminders so you know. Okay, Halloween. If you've got aphasia, you've got dealing with stroke, apraxia, dysarthria, or brain injury, it will be helpful maybe to say these words in rhythm. And if you have Parkinson's, the same. Everything we do here in rhythm, you can take a fresh feeling breath in, use your core muscles, and make that along a louder, clearer voice happen by being very intentional and rhythmic with us. I can tell you that that rhythm is very powerful. For a clearer voice, it's very powerful for pronouncing things. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Oh, thank you. Yes, of course, of course. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for commenting. Woohoo. Okay, you can give this video a like too if you think it's helpful. All right, so we said that holiday that's coming on Friday is Halloween. Halloween. It's got 3 beats. Halloween. Halloween. And I can't tell you the difference I keep watching that rhythm make for people who are trying to get a word out and are struggling to get it out and to have it be heard. We're going to say some things that are Halloween related, the kind of things we've been doing in Say More Academy during this week. We make fresh exercises there, and this is a fresh exercise just for you here on YouTube. And if you're a channel member, thank you so much, and I'll be so grateful for your patience. So I can't just email you, but I got to drop something in the chat. All right, Halloween. What pops in your mind when you think of Halloween? What pops in your mind? I have a couple things popping in my mind. You can drop it in the chat. If you have a word that's Halloween related that popped into your mind, you could say it out loud to your device. I think that's a very helpful exercise. Who cares what anybody thinks? It's helpful to do that. First thing I'm thinking of is something that's been very, very popular with classes in our discussions. That is the thing that you pass out. Hi, Rudolph. Welcome aboard. Ooh, nice emoji. Nice jack-o'-lantern emoji. What is it that you pass out to the kids? You might want to eat some. There you go, Miss Goddess. I like that. I like that handle. Candy, she put in the chat. Candy, candy, candy. Feel the rhythm. Say it with me. Candy, candy, candy. Say it a couple more times. Candy, candy, candy. There you go. You could say it out loud to your device. Candy. We can make a sentence out of that. So many people have been saying, okay, yes, I'm an adult, but I do like to eat Halloween candy. Is that true for you? You could say yes, or you could say no. I've been so surprised at the number of people who still say no when they mean yes, or yes when they mean no. Is that true for you? If it is, there are ways to help that get better. No, oh, no candy eating over there for Shun Goddess energy. That's better for you. I do like to eat candy. Not gonna lie. Well, we can make a sentence about that. We could make a sentence for her not eating candy. We could say, she doesn't eat Halloween candy. Now there's a rhythm there. And if you can feel the rhythm and feel that beat, that's a benefit to you with your speech. And if you can't, or if you can't say it, you bet you can feel the rhythm. And if you cannot say it, you could make a sound with your mouth. You could hum or make some sound go by in the rhythm. So here we go. I'm going to gesture to she. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. That's right, Rudolph. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. Gestured her. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. Two more. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. She doesn't eat Halloween candy. Ooh, Catherine said she's giving out glow sticks. That's a good idea. That is a very good idea. Do you want to try to say with me? Glow sticks. That might be a mouthful. Glow sticks. Feel the rhythm and say glow sticks, glow sticks, glow sticks. Now, if you're on Doris's level, Doris is here, and I know she's on a pretty high level. She can get complete sentences to roll out. She still has goals that she wants. She wants to get better and better with her speech. So she could put together a sentence about glow sticks, and you could too. Do you think giving out glow sticks instead of candy is a good idea? You could make a sentence about that and say it out loud to your device. And you could also say yes or no. Oh, Doris says yes. Is that a good idea? Yes. Ooh, 2 yeses for you, Catherine. Giving out glow sticks, a good idea. I saw some yes. 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 And I said in the description of this video, we would do cross body action because you have a midline. And if you divide yourself and you take your hand or your leg across over that midline, it builds neural connection. Rudolph thinks so too. That's 3 yeses. Think that's a good idea to give out glow sticks. We could say this. Yes, it is a good idea. No, I want to tell you something else. If you are trying to get your sentences more complete, there's so many ways to have a sentence go. There's so many ways to start a sentence, but I'll tell you that if you start with a person, for some reason, sentences flow out better when you start with a person. I is the easiest place to start. She or he, other people, is the next best place to start. Make a sentence out of that. Cross over. I was just mentioning the midline. Take your thumb. You could cross over the midline and say, yes, she had a good idea. Yeah, right? Catherine, that's right. I've done some reading, talked to therapists, talked to people who work in rehab, and that's what the studies show. That's what the science says. Yeah, cross-body movement builds neural connection. So I want to encourage you to do that through your day. We'll do it right now. Thumb up, crossing over. We're talking about Catherine's good idea about giving out glow sticks instead of candy. We could say, yes, she has a good idea. Yes, She has a good idea. Yes, she has a good idea. Last time. Yes, she has a good idea. And you don't have leftover candy, I guess, to eat. That's what I'm going to be doing. There you go. Rhythm, everybody. The rhythm of your thoughts and the rhythm of your words. All right, we're talking about that holiday that's happening on Friday. If you can, say it out loud to your screen one more time. That holiday is, you give out candy. You might have a pumpkin on your porch. It's Hal. Did you say it? Hal. I would love to know what your opinion is about Halloween. Some people, it is their favorite holiday. That seems to be more and more. When I talk to people, their favorite holiday is Halloween. Is that true for you? Is it your favorite? You could give us a yes or a no. Just do it to your screen like we can see you and hear you. Is Halloween your favorite holiday? Yes or no? You could say that yes or no. Yes or no. A couple times. Yes or no. One more time. Yes or no. I do appreciate Halloween, but it isn't my favorite. It isn't my favorite. But boy, people love it. It's very, very popular. All right, let's go on. I just mentioned something else that's pretty synonymous, that's a big word, with Halloween. It's a decoration. You might put it out on your porch. You might have it in your house. And it is a fruit, although some people might think it's a vegetable. Round and orange oftentimes, but not always. You know what I'm thinking of? A round and orange decoration. You can carve a face in it. If you know that word, say it if you know it. Say it if you know it. Out loud to your screen. That word is pumpkin. Pumpkin. That's right, pumpkin. Doris had it. Let's say it. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Say it 3 more times. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. I also want to tell you, P, we talk about that in class. That's a good one to practice. If you have apraxia or you have a reason why your muscles don't do what your good mind tells them, if you make it a little longer, the beginning sound of a word, it'll really help train your muscles and train your muscles to connect with your mind. There you go. He just wants to use that cute emoji again, Rudolph. Pumpkin. Yeah. If you make the P longer, put your lips together. Pumpkin. Elongating that will really make a difference. And if you're not sure if your muscles are doing what they should, you want to check a mirror. That's a smart thing to do. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. I'm going to say a sentence about that. Then I want to know what your opinion is. Pumpkin. I have a pumpkin on my porch. Will you say that with me? I like to ask people to touch their chest. If it's hard for you to come up with a sentence, start a sentence at the beginning, make your sentences complete. Touching your chest to start with I will really help with that. So I encourage you, touch your chest. You could say, I have a pumpkin on my porch. I have a pumpkin on my porch. I have a pumpkin on my porch. 2 more. I have a pumpkin on my porch. Feel the rhythm of that? Really powerful stuff. And I was trying to hold out pumpkin with my lips together for the P to help train my muscles and also to be better understood. Do you have a pumpkin on your porch? Say it out loud to your device, just like we can hear you. You have a pumpkin on your porch? You could say yes, cross over the midline, everybody. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. 2 more. Yes or no. Also, moving your hand with what you're wanting to say can help too. Can really help you find the word and get the word out. Right, whatever your specific goal is, there you have it. All right, so we've mentioned, what's the name of that holiday? It's on Friday with the trick or treat and the candy. It starts with a, say it if you can, Halloween. Say it once, Halloween. All right. Halloween. I'm so glad you're here with me. I hope that you are doing these things with me, that it's useful. I want you to know I am so excited to do this work. I have the pleasure of working with people with aphasia, survivors of stroke and brain injury, and people with Parkinson's, helping people get their words and ideas to flow out, practicing, building confidence, and having a good time. And thank you for the hearts, Miss Goddess Energy. I appreciate that so much. You guys have been chatty in the chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. If you are watching and you haven't said anything in the chat, I hope you'll feel free to say hello there. I would love it. Maybe you can type a word there, maybe not, whatever you can. Maybe you can drop an emoji there. I'm excited to tell you I'm going to host an open house tomorrow where some therapists are coming, some families are coming, and people who might want to see, what is this class? What is this Same Academy business about? I'm going to give a tour of that, only 20 minutes on Zoom. So I would love to have everybody come who might want to come spend 20 minutes to see. Actually, I'm going to put the link to it in the chat right now. If I can make my computer cooperate. Maybe I can and maybe I can't. Oh, can't I? Oh, I guess I can't. Having a little technical problem with my computer. I make it work pretty hard. Whoops. Okay, I guess I won't be doing that. My goodness. There you go, stand by. We won't do that now. But you can go over to our website, which is beyondhighc.com. Okay, and you can find the details there. Now, let me see. So we've talked about several things about Halloween. I don't know. I do have a lot of friends who have that as a favorite holiday. There you go. Now, think about this, and we were just talking about this in Same Academy practice earlier. When you were a kid, did you do that? Did you go trick-or-treating from house to house asking for candy? Did you do that? What did you wear when you did that? What did you wear to go trick-or-treating on Halloween? Say that word if you know it. You had to dress up as something. You had to wear it's got 2 beats, k, k. Say it if you know it. Ka, ka, ka. Say it, yep. There, that was good. That's the right starting letter. Ka, costume. That can be a tricky one to wrap your muscles around. Costume. Say it once more. Costume. Do a couple more times. Costume. I have to say this, everybody, too. I love being able to coach and guide people on saying more things and being a bigger part of conversations. And here's what I think personally. If you want to be a good conversationalist, you've got to say interesting things. I bet each and every one of you have something interesting that could be said about Halloween. Even if you don't like Halloween, you probably have a good reason for that. And it might come attached to an interesting story So if you're on the level that Doris is, where you could get complete sentences flowing, but you want to be a bigger part of conversations, I want to encourage you to find the most interesting detail in your mind, in your memory, to convey as part of the conversation. All right, so we're talking about costumes on Halloween. And there's so many places in your mind to pull an interesting idea about costumes on Halloween. In fact, those of you who want to say multi-syllabic words more clearly, you could say this with me. Feel the rhythm and repeat. Halloween costume. Halloween costume. Halloween costume. Halloween costume. Halloween costume. Now, a couple of people were talking about when they were kids, remembering going around and trick-or-treating. Do you remember trick-or-treating as a kid? Did you go trick-or-treating as a kid? Cross the midline with me, get your thumb up and say yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. Once more, yes or no. Did you go trick-or-treating as a kid? Yes or no? And do you remember that? If you did, do you remember? Does a costume, when you close your eyes, does a costume pop in your mind? I wonder if it does. Now, there are other places. Maybe you have children or grandchildren and have something pop in about them and their experience of Halloween trick-or-treating in a costume. Now, one question that's led to some very interesting conversations in classes and in our conversation classes is around grown-ups putting on costumes for Halloween. And I wonder about you, whether you're a fan of that. I've heard some really good stories about it. I've heard someone in class is going to a costume party. There's going to be a band there. Doesn't that sound like fun? There's going to be a band, and he's dressing as a cowboy, and I'm sure his wife will be a cowgirl. I'm assuming. I don't know if that sounds like fun to you. Also, there's someone else in class who said once upon a time, she had a costume she made from scratch. Oh, that does sound good, right? Miss Goddess Energy. I think that sounds like a good time. Listen to this. She made a costume at home, and she made it so it was half man, half woman. So that's what she went for. That's what she went as on Halloween. Half man, half woman. She said she had all the details down, even down to her shoes, where she had a high heel on one side and a tennis shoe on the other. That would have been hard to walk in that all night, would you think? But that made a good story. And that participant, she has aphasia and she had a stroke. She has worked herself from not being able to get words out all the way up to Doris's level and very advanced, able to say this sentence and then that, have this conversation and this sentence. And she's telling these in-depth stories to her classmates and getting feedback and getting good engagement. So that was a really good thing to say. I bet you have something in your mind, in your experience, or in your opinion about Halloween costumes. Maybe you could offer as part of a conversation. All right, so we've said quite a few things about Halloween. We haven't mentioned, I guess we did mention pumpkins on my porch, didn't we? Pumpkins on my porch. You know, one word that popped up as part of our exercises was the word scary. 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 I don't know about you. Some people love to be scared. Is that you? I do not like to be scared, but people love to go to haunted houses. Have you been to a haunted house for Halloween? Hey, there's a little tongue twister of sorts. You could say that with me and feel the rhythm. Haunted house on Halloween. Oh, yeah, me either. I'm with you. Haunted house on Halloween. Yeah. Oh, I got some people commenting. I would love if you want to comment yes or comment no, whether you like to be scared. And when we say that little tongue twister together, see if you can hold your affected arm, go across your midline as if those little dots back in the day on TV, they would have a little bouncing ball to go across as the words would come out. See if you can do that right in front of you from one side to the other. And as you do that, you're building neural connection. Ooh, Doris likes to be scared. Oh, I see how it is, Doris. I see how it is. Ooh, she likes to be scared. Ooh, I don't. Ooh, I don't. I get nightmares. I get nightmares. I'm going to cross over and say haunted house on Halloween. Haunted house on Halloween. I know, it's sad, right? Haunted house on Halloween. One more time. Haunted house on Halloween. And any of these things that we might say in rhythm, if you can't say the words, you can feel the rhythm. You can move your body as best you can. Make a sound with your voice. I can't tell you, there are a lot of people in classes that started by saying one word. I think I remember Doris telling me at first she was saying one word, right? A lot of times people will come in saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you had that experience? And I think the rhythm goes a long way to helping people find the words again. Find the words again. Okay, haunted house on Halloween. Ooh, that's making me very nervous. Okay. Somebody was talking about decorations earlier. When I asked him to think of a word, he said ghost. Ghost. That is a pretty popular Halloween decoration, right? Ghost. Do you have Halloween decorations up? You could cross your midline and say, yes, yes, yes. I have decorations. Yes, yes. I have decorations. Yes, yes. I have decorations. Is that true for you? Or maybe the answer is no. No, no. Do you have? Oh, that's right. Oh, Doris has a spider. I remember this. Remember this conversation. See, and sometimes it's easy to miss the details that make your conversation very interesting. There's an interesting element about Doris's spider. If you want to say that with me, spider, and hold the S out long, spider, with your teeth close together, spider, spider, spider. Do that one more time, spider, spider, spider. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Energy conservation is good, Catherine. It's smart for you to pay attention to that. Right. Yeah, maybe you have decorations, maybe you don't. I got to tell you about Doris's spider, though. It's not just any old spider decoration. I believe she said it covers 2 front windows of her house. So it must be gigantic, is what I'm thinking. Gigantic. Would we use that word to describe your spider, Doris? Gigantic. S can be a really, really hard sound to start. Oh, it is. She said yes. Okay. Gigantic spider. Ooh, there's something else. That's another good practice for those of you who are capable of multi-syllabic words and want to say those more clearly. Gigantic spider. Gigantic spider. 2 more. Gigantic spider. 1 more. Gigantic spider. There you go. That's a good Halloween decoration. Catherine's got them too. She's conserving her energy. So I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to practice in this way, this idea of the rhythm, tapping out syllables, starting with I. You can touch your chest for that. Using your hands, going cross body. There are a lot of tips that I could give you. And I hope you'll come and find me here again live. I hope you'll subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel. I'd be really excited to have you here. And Duke was here, who's a brand new member of this channel. You can become a member of this channel. And I'm working to make that very value packed for you. Also, I want to encourage you. I would love to put it in the chat, but my computer is going absolutely haywire. I don't even know exactly how I'll close this off. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can go over to beyondhighc.com. I hope you will. Over there, there's a place there for the open house, and you can register and you can get a reminder in the link to come to the open house. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a happy Halloween if you're celebrating that. And gosh, I just wish you the very best in your recovery and in your practice. Practice makes permanent. So be mindful of that. And I can't wait to see you again. All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thanks for being here. And if you happen to see this on a replay, I will watch for comments. I see them. I love to reply to them. And there you go. Oh, all right. I'm probably going to have to close my computer and pop it back on. So if it gets black or something, you'll know what happened. I see some little hearts there. So thanks for that, everybody. Okay, closing the computer for a moment. And happy Halloween. You could say with me, happy Halloween. Okay.